There we are. So we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Ifetayo Ojelade. I'm a licensed psychologist. I'm also the executive director at a Healing Paradigm in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I am joined by a very special guest who is my spiritual godfather. He is the Agbongbon Awo of Osogbo. His name is Baba Ifakayode Faniyi. And he is a Babalao, and he is also, you can see by all that white, he is initiated to Obatala also. And so I just want to thank you for coming. Thank you, Baba, for doing this.
Yeah, no worries. I do this every day. Pleasure.
And so I see we have some people that are on right now. And Baba, we'll have a combination of people that'll come on and listen. So some of them may be IFA practitioners and some of them may not. They might just be mental health professionals. So one of the things that I want to start out by doing is just asking you, for those that may not know anything about IFA, and I see people are jumping on. So for those that don't know anything about IFA, can you tell people what is IFA?
Obvious. Ifa is the word from Olodumare, the Almighty God, that was sent by Orunmila. Orunmila is our African Messiah or prophet, or the one sent to organize the world or to take care of some of his people. Orunmila is the one that spread the word and the mythology that is known as Ifa, because Ifa is a word. It's the word from Olodumare, and the person that is speaking it out or delivering that message is known as Orunmila. Orunmila has 16 major Odu, that is part of the children. That is from the Jiogbe, Yekumeji, Iwurimeji, up to the last one, which is Ofumeji Epa. And these 16 also have like 15 children, which they are like 240. So in fact, in total, it's 256 literary couples known as chapters. And each of these chapters has so many verses. Bring it. So that they have chapters, and the chapters or the verses has like 2,000 verses, especially Jiobe alone, up to like 16, up to like 2,000 verses from a Jiobe alone. But the other Odu may not have to that. Yakumeji may have like 800 or 1,000 verses. Mm-hmm. So everything, if they put it together, is a lot. So there will be a provision Babalawo, or if a priest, you must know at least 4, 6, or 8 verses or more in each of these 256 Odu, these literary couples. So, and the minor Odu, you must know it. To be a provision Babalawo, you must know how to divine for a client, to identify their problem and how to provide solution to an individual, your client, to that client's problem. So Ifa teaches ethics, and Ifa there's morals, there's medicine, there is literature, there is biology, there is things about childbirth or the rite of passages, the naming ceremony, the burial purposes, traditional burial, and traditional weddings, and too many things. The antenatal and prenatal care is in Ifa, and up to like many other general medicines. All these are composed in Ifa mythology. So, and more other things in Ifa is about the beginning of the life, the present situation of some clients, and even their future. If I can provide or say the future. And Ifa is for every race, color. Although it begins from the black race, but it is for all color of the world, all races, and it's for both male and female. It's not restricted. It's not a man faith or religion based alone. It's for poor, it's for rich, it's for king, it's for the chiefs, and it's for the subjects. Ifa is for small towns, for village, for urban centers, for big cities, and for mega cities. Ifa, the word of Olodumare is to solve people's problem, to solve any problem. Yes, everything is in Ifa to solve many issues that are facing a lot of people day in, day out, year in, year out.
Bob,
And
can I ask a question? You said
yes,
you said something about Ifa teaching ethics and morals. Can you
yes,
talk a little bit about that? Like, what are some of the ethical and moral lessons that people learn in Ifa?
yes, it started from that you must respect your father, you must not box your father, you must not slap your father. If I said you must not even slap your mom, or whether they are like your biological parents or someone that raised you, or even anybody that is old enough to be your parents. The Paul teaches that you must not steal. Don't be a thief. Don't be an armed robber. The Paul also teaches that even you can drink. If I did not condemn alcohol in totality, but someone must use it with moderation. If I did not want someone to drink to the level of intoxication that the person will be doing many unwanted things. The fact teaches about uh, do's and don'ts. The fact did not want you to be to commit suicide. If I did not want you to commit suicide. If I also want a man to be a good husband with his own wife, to be a good, if it's a man to be a good father to their children or kids or other words, or living with them. If I also teaches a woman, married woman, to love her husband, love her children, and even love other people around her husband. So part of the ethics in Ifa is that you must even respect the leader of your community. Like in Africa, we have kings, we have chiefs. Like myself, you have many other community leaders. If I said even some other people under them must obey them, respect them, but they can express their view whenever they feel that something is going on, something is wrong somewhere with their leader, yes, they can say it out, but in a orderly manner. So Ifa teaches many other things. There are a lot of many other ethical ways that Ifa teaches his subject or children or followers.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. We're gonna have to get your camera person to like rest their arm because now we can barely see you.
No, like that. I can see myself. I'm looking at myself perfectly like that. Mhm. Yes, I'm looking at myself. You see me? Hmm?
Yes, 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 yes.
What's
There's
going
my
on?
brother there. No, it's fine. We can see you. We can see you now. We can see you
But
now. It was just like it was kind of.
I can't see my hand.
Oh, I can see you though.
Okay. And you are
Yeah,
hearing me.
I can see you and I can hear you. Yep. So that's the magic of technology that we can speak in the US and in Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
So now, Baba, I want to ask about just kind of my area in terms of in the West, we call things like mental illness. So like depression, when people are sad all the time and they can't stop being sad. In Ifa, is there anything that talks about depression and how is that looked at?
Yes. If I speak about it in many Odrifa, but I will choose one of the Odrifa that if I mention this, and it's from the Odrifa known as Onware on the right and Iwori on the left. It's known as Onware Iwori and generally known as Onware Were. Onware Were. So this Odufa, I will chant it in my language and then I will do the translation shortly. Say Oluyema, Oluyema, Orere fẹ̀yìntì, Orere fẹ̀yìntì, Orere fojú ọ̀nà lẹ̀ ń tọ̀gbẹ́. Wọ́n pọkọ́ fún yín, ẹ ti lẹ́yìn òrókó. Wọ́n pàgbàlà fún yín, ẹ ti lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ́rù. Wọ́n wá ahun asẹ́ mẹ́ta fún yín. Ẹ délé alára, ẹ kú iwín sílé alára, gbogbo ilé alára ní ń sínwín. Ẹ délé ajérò, ẹ kú wèrè sílé ajérò. Ẹ délé onídákin, ẹ kú dákindàkin síbẹ̀. So I will stop there and I will do all the others in English translation. Oluyema, that's the name of the person. Orere fẹ̀yìntì, that's the name of another person. Orere fojú ọ̀nà lẹ̀ ń tọ̀gbẹ́, that's like 3 different male, but from the same father. They gave them hoe and other tools to do a big time farmer, to become a farmer. But they said no, they did not want to be a farmer. And they gave them big money to be a trader. They didn't want to be a trader. So they said, and then by themselves, they get something like a strainer and they prepare out of nowhere some substance and they go to King Alara's town or Alara's town and they are spreading that powder there. And a lot of young ones, both male and female, they started to run mad, run crazy, have psychiatric or mental illness. They left that place, they went to another town, which is known as Ijero. They do the same thing, to use the strainer to spread some powdery substance there. And the Ijero people, both male and female, young ones, they are becoming crazy, have mental illness, psychiatric problem, and they went to Agbongbon, which is in our state here. The other two states is not is within the Yoruba, but in another state. They said they are going to Orumila's house after leaving Agbongbon. So Orumila noticed them, and Orumila prepared some herbs, some things to neutralize all their power, all their toxic powder that they are spreading. So, and by the time they are reaching or about to reach Orumila's Ili house at Ifetayo, Orumila saw them from far and he mentioned their names in loud. Orumila said, Oluyema, Orere Fayinti, Orere fojú ọ̀nà lẹ̀ ń tọgbẹ́. They gave you all machete and many other tools so that you can become a farmer. You didn't want to be a farmer. They gave you large sum of money, all the three of you, to be a big trader. You didn't want to trade. So out of nowhere, you get a strainer and you went to Lara's town, put some powder there. Some people are getting crazy. They're having mental illness. The same thing at Ijerutan, same thing at Onagon's town. And now you are coming to my abode, my house, my neighborhood. All what you have there is not going to work in my compound or in my area, in my neighborhood. Because Igbe, that is snail, Rabosa, land snail, our African land snail that may be big, and the juice from the snail alone is what we call error, has power to neutralize all bad things. That's why we pour it in some home error for Batala initiation, for Ifa initiation, and many other Orisa, except in Osun that we don't use nail because Osun is herself error. So Orumila use other herbs and fruits and many other seasoning from the market. Part of it is known as Egbesi. Egbesi is available in the forest and we have it in the market. And Orumila said, Ekwase, that's like a special, is different among the rodents. Orumila use it, and that whomever that has happened to, even at Alara's stand or Ajeru's stand or where they come, or Orumila send some of his children there to go and heal them. And as soon as they taste that powder, then they calm down. So the beginning of having mental illness have different reasons. A lot of different reasons, but if I provide solution, as cure to whichever that happen, may happen by personal intention, may happen from the handiwork of bad people, of which we are going to discuss part of your question, can happen through some other modern day lifestyle. So like smoking powerful things like marijuana or some other drugs that all of you globally know about, like cocaine or heroin or marijuana that we call weeds or grass or igbo. So we can make some people run mad. Some people said, no, it's a natural thing to smoke. It cannot, but still, if they lace it with something, yes, can make them run mad. That's like part of the modern day thing that is creating a lot of people with mental illness. Do you have any question? Ask.
I do. Bye bye. Well, and I want to invite other people because we have people that are online. If you have questions for my spiritual godfather, Baba Ifakayode Faniyi, he is the Agbongbon Awo of Osogbo, and he is here talking about Ifa, and we're talking about that and how it can be used to treat mental illness. So if you have a question, definitely put that in the chat. Baba, as you were talking, one thing came to me as I was wondering, is there any type of mental illness that people have that Ifa can't treat or can't take care of?
If I can treat or cannot treat?
Cannot.
Cannot. Well, the mental illness have grade. It's grade by grade. So if some have become chronic, that the person has been in and out of like psychiatric hospital, and that but for us at the beginning we can ask through divination, we can do reading to determine or find out what caused that mental illness. So I cannot say we can treat everything 100%. Some may go to beyond, but we can try at the beginning and see if we can handle it, if we treated it. And even we have some Babalawo that are special, that they are specially trained to do that. Take it and hand. So that they are specially trained to treat psychiatric issues or problems. But there are some that if we go beyond, but as I've seen, for me, I don't treat it, to be candid. I know it, but I don't have rooms. I don't have place to keep them. But, we have many, they are herbalists, they are native doctor, and they are initiated Ifa priest. And they have houses, they train their wives or children or students. Because it's not a type of treatment now. It's a one man show. It has to be 2, 3, or 4 people to man some, because the level of the mental illness is diverse from the others. And I've seen some that they have to be in a special house, not like the regular house that we are living, so that they won't break or they won't injure themselves or they won't commit even suicide there. But we have people that are treating them. In Osogbo here, in many other cities, in throughout Yoruba land, but if it go beyond our power, then can be referred to somewhere else. And we have many other people that are, even many hospitals, the government, psychiatric hospital, and we have even some private, that some people are treating them with orthodox medicine, but they still come to us to seek for spiritual assistance so that they can mix, use some in the morning, afternoon, or use our own at night. Or when so that we reverse some. If we cannot handle it, we have to reverse it. Yes.
I didn't know that. Oh. Yeah, that's clear. So what you're saying is that I heard a couple of things. I heard one is that if the illness is more chronic, it's harder to treat. But there are
some that is harder and chronic. Yes.
And I heard you say that there are special babalaos that do treat mental illness. That's not something that you do.
I don't do it. I know it. I've learned it. But my godfather trained me that I must not do it as a general practitioner for mental, because I have big family and I have people that come here from all walks of life, and I don't want the type of that people to be around. But we know even some have side effects. We know the side effects if you mix them with your own immediate family. That's why we prefer to refer some of them to somewhere else.
Got it. And the
Yes.
other thing that I heard that I wasn't aware of that they're doing in Osogbo is that you're saying that even the Western trained psychiatrists at the psychiatric hospital, they'll work with the Babalaos and combine
Yes.
the
Yes.
two. That's
Yes.
good.
We work hand in hand.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
you know the problem and what you can we message going. But we know some the beginning of some of this illness may have like witchcraft causes or inflicted or spell, or apart from being or both or may not be through marijuana or drug or, big time alcohol. May not be that alone. Might be like witchcraft uh, problem. But the medical doctor cannot handle anything about witchcraft. So they have to come to us. We are the one that we do the reading, the ritual, the appeasement, the cleansing, yes, or even sometimes river cleansing to take care of those people. Or we may not even want to see the client, we hand over the thing, go and use it for him or her. And the river, and can be any river, it doesn't matter to be our big river here. So can be lagoon, can be at the beach, can be at any other, whether small, medium, or big time river. Doesn't matter.
So,
But sometimes it's good to wash it away from their body.
so it actually
So
brings me to two questions, Baba. One is, and that was one of the questions that I was going to ask, is the kind of the thought about um, whether or not someone has been cursed or that it's witchcraft. When we hear that stuff in the US, people dismiss it and they say that that is crazy. But that's something that you said, is that sometimes it could be witchcraft or it could be that someone is cursed. How would someone know? Like me as a psychologist, if I'm seeing someone and they're not getting better, how would I know that maybe they need to go to a babalao because maybe this is a curse or maybe that it is witchcraft?
some, if they come to you, you study them, you know some of the medication that is good for them to sleep, not to have bad thoughts or negative thinking, or and if they use any kind of medication and it doesn't work, so the best thing is to go spiritual. And if you don't know us, we've known each other for over 2 decades now. So you know step to take. And for our other viewers, people that are listening or that have not discovered me before, yes, they can call upon their closest priest. Can be a camp priest, can be African priest, by a Yoruba priest. I mean, like myself or other of my other brothers and leaders. Yes, can call upon them to determine. And if it's witchcraft, it's something that if I has power to overcome, and that it will make even the Western medicine, make Western medication even to work once the spiritual work have take place. Once the spiritual work have take place, it will aid and help the any other medication that they are using.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I think what you said is important. There's one point that I want to make for our listeners. If you are a mental health provider and you were wondering whether or not there was something that's spiritually going on with the client, Baba just said something that is very significant, is that if in order for you to figure that out, you would have to send them to a priest. And he said, whether it be a Khan priest, a Yoruba priest, or a Babalao like he is, or a priest that is in another African tradition. One of the things that I want to really warn you against is like, you don't get on the internet and find somebody. No.
No,
I know
no,
Baba for many years.
no, at all. No, no,
No.
not at all. Not at all. And not just go and hope. No, don't do that. Don't attempt that at all.
Mm-mm. It is
That's my
extremely,
advice.
and
You
in
will go
fact,
to
it's
wrong
dangerous.
hand. Mhm. You will go to wrong hand. Mhm.
Yeah, so it would need to be someone that you know that you had a relationship with, and we don't have time to kind of get into all of those details, but that is part of one of the things that I talk
It
about.
can be, not something that we can discuss online, but
No,
can help people or through any proper medium. Yes, they can link
yeah,
up with the right Babalawo or any other African priest.
yeah, and
So
so you would definitely want to do that through a referral. Baba, I see a couple of questions. There's a lot of people that are I see your godchildren on here, so there's lots of folks that are saying hello to you, Baba.
yes, I know they are eager to see their Baba. They can ask their question, they can greet me. If they don't have question, I'm
So
available. I'm here.
there's a lot of Abaru, Aboye, Aboshishe.
So I'm
There's
wishing you Agbo Ato Asure Woriwokon. So blessing, blessing. So
there's one question here. So I will read it. It says, well, I'll put it on, but you may not be able to see it because it might be too small. It
mhm.
says, how can IFA be integrated into Western therapy? So maybe this is a question for me. I'm not sure. This is Amen
Mhm.
Pataz. So tell me if you're asking me or are you asking my godfather, Baba Ifakayode Faniyi. So it says, how can IFA be integrated in Western therapy systems like marriage and family therapy? Is there a way to infuse IFA, introduce it to clients, and use it as an alternative to Western medicine?
Uh, the spiritual thing cannot be convert or put together as a modern therapy or like pills or liquid, because most of the Ifa is a word. It's like from the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It chants. And but the other aspects of Ifa that I've mentioned, like herbal treatment, yes, that one we can integrate the herbal treatment into like a capsule or pills or herbal powder or something like cleansing or herbal tea. Yes, that can be integrated. And we've seen some of our people that are doing it. But the only problem that we have is that they want it to go through NAFDAC. NAFDAC is a regulatory body in Nigeria that regulates National Agency for Food Administration and Drugs Agency. So all this, it has to be certified through them. But sometimes there are a lot of loggerhead, a lot of bottleneck things that make it work or that may cause some delay. So that's that. Have different organizations that are working towards that goal. And some people, they not even want to do it into a large scale because some natural medicine have a year or months of expiration. If it's like what we call agbo is like a tea. It's like a tea that has to be done like in a liquid, as a liquid substance that they will drink. Some may be cold tea, maybe hot tea, and the power of some of it, because we don't put any preservation on it, maybe for only 2 weeks. And you know that one, there's no way we can preserve things more than that 2 weeks. We have to use it. Some of it needs to be prepared when the client is around. So, and it's not something that we can put in a shelf for months or to ship around the globe, around the world for too long, and it will expire while even in transit. So for me, but some that they will call it Agbongbon, which is that can be turned into capsule, can be turned into pills, can be turned into powdery substance that they can pour in hot water or pour in a juice or mix with any other natural milk. So anything liquid like that, which is in powdery form, yeah, that can last for a year or more or two. There's no, I can't guarantee the one that will last for maybe 5 years in the house, even if it's in a cool or dry place. No, or to treat the mental illness has to be something within a limited amount of time for the effect to see to be active so that it won't expire.
Got it. Baba, you said something that I want to go back to. You were saying that in Ifa, a lot of the medicine is in the words, the chanting. Like you chanted for us from a warring, a warring, a warring, earlier. Can you talk a little bit about that?
And that one, even that Odu alone, has many other aspects that is not just about preparation. In fact, preparation that is known as akoshe may even be with eboriru to prepare some materials of, I don't want to mention any live birds or animal that may be done with eboriru that we take. I will take to the maybe bank of the river or to a shoe or to the many other different spots, of which I don't want to mention it online. So, and it's also from that same Odu. When if that Odu show up, and if the Odu did not show up, we still want to use it as a remedy or to solve that person's problem. Yes. So that Odu is good. And some I've mentioned about soap, our natural black soap, but not just ordinary soap. It has to be mixed with some ingredients some herbs, some roots, some other things from the market. It has to be grinded together or pounded and mixed. Then you can use some even in the house, because you cannot ask someone to go to the river in winter when it's wintry. So inside the house, yes, you can use it and it will still work. So to bathe, to take shower, hot shower, yes, it still work.
So
So
changing out do in soap bath is helpful.
yes, can help.
Got it.
Because there are some of your question that you said the person may see some object, living object, or be talking to the wall, and the other fellow will not see anything. So all these are the acts of having a mental illness that may turn into big chronic sickness if it's not taken care of in time. So we seen moving object and the other people didn't see it. So be talking to many some things, or even not inside the house, even on the street. Yes, someone with mental illness can see some moving spirits, moving creature, and that the other 50, 20 people are around him or her and they don't see anything. So it can be eradicated through reading and sacrifice or proper far and assign treatment or preparation. Yes.
Okay, so bye-bye. So you're reading my mind now, because that was the next question I was going to go to about people seeing and hearing stuff that's not really there.
Yes, it's happened. We know that, we've seen that, and yeah, it's curable. Yeah, we can cure it.
So can you talk about egg bay? And because I know that sometimes there are people that see and hear stuff that other people don't see and hear, and then those people are initiated to egg bay. So what would be the difference with those people versus the people that you would categorize?
No, the people with Egbe is they can say things naturally, but we be in the orderly way. We come naturally, we not come in a sick form, we not come in a trouble manner, and it will not turn insane that they will be saying rough things that people will think is mental. Naturally, Egbe youth or children or young ones can see things that other people didn't see. Yes, the Egbe, I've seen that even when I was still learning, if I like 40, 45, or close to 50 years ago. Yes, I've seen that even up to the last 30 years. But in the last 20, 25 years, I don't see that in any of my clients or any young ones around me, or they didn't bring. But we've seen many that is has to do with the modern day social vices that is causing some sickness. But the one for a bear is natural and it won't go to a level of being sick. No. And that one can be handled once they do reading, as I've mentioned, and they identify the type of Egbe, the road of Egbe, and how to fix it. So they can start by doing what we call Eru Egbe DD. Eru Egbe DD. That's sort of initiation that is only 1 day. And after that, if it will occur, then that we have to save money to do full Egbe initiation for that person, for male or for female. And there's no age restriction or barrier. Yes, they can handle it, and we can handle it. We have our own shrine of Egbe, and I have a person in charge. And I too, I will be fully there to oversee everything, to supervise everything. Yes.
And so I think that's a good distinction for those of us that are watching from the US, is what you're saying is that there is a belief in Ifa that people can see and hear stuff that's not really there. But if that person has a connection with Egbe, which is a particular spiritual society in Ifa, those people see and hear stuff, but it's not negative, it's not disruptive. It doesn't have like the negative energy. It's not going to tell you to kill yourself or kill someone else. So that's something totally different.
Yes. No, it will come out naturally.
Okay.
It won't be disruptive, it won't be aggressive, it won't be in the harsh or bad way. No. It's Ebe, or even this Ifa, or some people may not be Egbe alone. Even sometimes Baba Agba. We call it Baba Loaye. Sometimes people they are fearing to call it Sopana. Yes. Sopana can make some people to act that way. Then once we do reading and identify it as what we call Igbona. Igbona is not inflicted. It's something that can happen even through hot weather. The weather is too hot, or if some certain spirit blow to someone while the person is on the road, maybe coming back from the school, or maybe in the market, or mall, or park, or even within the large compound, that can be identified and it can be treated. And there is a special Babaloaye treatment that they will do for that person, not the mental medication. No. What we call Ero Igbona, Ero Baba Agba, Ero Olode, Ero Igbona. All these are like Ero is something to cool down. It's an antidote to solve that type of problem. Yes. It's not Egbe alone. There's one for Egbe separate, yes, and there's one with Baba Agba. The other aspect, which is Sopana.
Got it.
So, you know that before, or you didn't hear that before?
I didn't. I knew it. I just wanted other people to see it. I wanted other people to be able to hear. I knew those.
So let my people hear. Yes. And it's happening here and can happen everywhere in the world. Baba is everywhere. Yes.
Baba, what about people that are addicted to drugs, whether it be heroin, marijuana? I like the way that you say it. I can't remember the way you say it. I love the way you say marijuana.
Marijuana, I call it marijuana. Because only in Spanish, they don't pronounce J. But for me, I'm African, so I have to pronounce it the way my people will know what I'm saying. So it's marijuana or weeds or grass or Indian hemp or that's so many names.
Yes. So if people are addicted to marijuana, like you say, or heroin or crack, are there things that Babalaos can do to help them?
Yes, but not mental something. We have another type of treatment that will apply to that person first. And that the type of treatment for that special cases or special case is what we call Ifa Iwakiwa, Ifa Ijekuje, or Imokumu, or Irekurin. And it has to do with bad character, bad morals, people that are drinking too much alcohol, of which I don't want to mention their names. The people who are smoking that weeds or marijuana all day to the level that will knock their head off, or people that have been sniffing all those heroin or cocaine, or people that are injecting things into their bloodstream. Yes, the treatment that we will do is that type of Ifa preparation that I mentioned, Ifa Iwakiwa, or Ebekebe, or Enekurin. Iwakiwa is bad morals or bad character. It has to do with the fact that can mold the character, the fact that can stop that person from moving with bad people, the fact that can stop that person from drinking or eating something that is not good for their health or their body. And that's what we call, and people that are, so to start all over again, the Jekuja is to be eating or putting bad thing from your mouth into your body that is not good for your body or bloodstream. That's the Jekuja, anything that goes to your mouth. Imokumo, to be smoking, crack, or bad things, or people, that's the mokumo, and not to stop moving with bad people. That's recurring, or ebekebe is the same thing, not to be moving with bad. It cannot be caused by only one person. It has to be with some friend, bad gang, bad group, bad friend. So something that will stop them, so that even if they say, let's go to feel high, we say, no, I'm not going. Don't feel like going. And we have things of which I don't want to mention, the animals or the plants or the way of treating it spiritually, and things that can be applied. Although we have different way of applying it on some people or individual. So, and if we do that first, and if we know for the mental or the person cannot sleep, yes, some of the herbal preparation can be applied to make him or her to be able to sleep and to regulate his or her mental state of health, to be able to think directly, to speak correctly, not to be saying bad things like that. Sorry for that. But we train a lot of sick people like that, and they will come back to normal.
Got it. Okay. Everyone, we are wrapping up. I am speaking with the Agbongbon. I don't know why I can't say that. If I wasn't online, I'd be able to say it. Agbongbon Awo of Osogbo, Nigeria.
Osun State, Nigeria.
This is Baba Ifakayode Faniyi. He's a Babalao there in Nigeria, and we are speaking to him all the way in Nigeria right now. If you have a final question as we get ready to wrap up, definitely put it in the chat so I can ask Baba whatever your question is. Baba, my final question for you is around Ori. So if you just speak a little bit about Ori and the importance of people taking care of their Ori for their mental health. If you'll just talk a little bit about that.
Ori is this physical head. This Ori. But Ori works with other individual destiny. Our Ori is like the machine, the engine that controls the entire body. But your Ori has to do with the destiny of what you choose from heaven, what you want to become in this part of the world. So, 256 Odwifa, about 200 of it we speak or spoken about the importance of Ori, that is head. And I've teach many people about, even from the Odufa, Ujimeji, that says, Yimi Yimi Abenyi Pali, Babalawo Ori Lodiwa fún Ori pẹ̀lú lóun nìkan ṣoṣo, gírogíro, ojú, that is the height. Stay with the head and it can see. This here, stay with the head. Kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀, orí mi ọ̀sà ìdẹ́lẹ́ ní kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀. Even the mouth, the nose, everything is with the head, and they are working together so that you can see, you can speak, you can eat, you can drink. And then to be able to move, your hand is there, your leg is there. So they work together. But what controls them is your Ori, your head, that moves them around. So if I use this as Ori as important, and that is something that people must take care of. And apart from this outer Ori or physical head that we see, there is also Ori Inu, that's our navel. Our navel is known as like it's belly, but the navel there, I mean, I use it as another center of controlling our body. But we want to be in hunger now. May be erupted from here, but you will also feel it in your stomach, or you can act somehow. So that's why when we are appeasing Ori or do any Ori appeasement, we put things here, of which most of my students know what we can use cola, we can use coconut, gin. Some of it must be here, sealed from your mouth before it goes there, and some will go inside the navel. And to control the entire body, some have to go into your big toes. So I've trained them, I've teach them to know the importance. And in the spiritual realm, Ori also have an object. Ori itself is an Orisa. Ori is an Orisa. In the Yoruba, is Ori, the importance of Ori is there. Yakumeji, in the Ori Meji, the Meji that I've mentioned, all the 16 major Odu and many other Odu, Ori is the one that can fight, even for us, to turn all bad things back to the sender, to our enemies. And our head will reject the luggage of death. Our head will return or will not carry the luggage of sickness. That's what we are talking about. Because if someone has mental illness, it's a big sickness. Our Ori will reject that. Our head will reject that. Our Ori will give us victory over our enemies. Ori, that is head, also work with destiny that will make you go the right way so that you won't go wrong way or the wrong lane. so on the right path that will take you for a huge success. And our Ori also, many people have chosen to be a big leader, to be a leader in their life. So, but it has to be their head. They already have to work. They have to control themselves, groom themselves towards that leadership role. So for people that have missed the road or cause havoc to their health or their mental, so to choose that person as a leader, no, they will reject the person vehemently. They'll say, no, we don't want him or her. So that's what is important in our life to take us to the greater height. So, and Ori also works. That's why whenever we are praying, it's good to hold your head and bend down nobody, no matter what you are. So you cannot do it and hold it upright like this. Good to bend it a little bit. It's a mark of respect and honor to make that prayer to a full manifestation. And then, so the Ori that works with destiny, or some people even may choose to, as choosing to die at the tender age or unripe age. That's why from Orumila's, one of Orumila's Oriki Odudu, tí du orí ìlémèrè, kọ́mọ̀ bá ṣe fọ́. That is, Orunmila is the one that remold or guiding the head of someone that their head, they are born to die at the tender age, but Orunmila can remold it or is remolding it and protecting them so that they won't die at untimely death, but they can even live longer. So a good year in life, instead of dying at 15 years or 20 or 30, when they have not done or achieved anything or attained anything in their life. So Orunmila is working with everybody's destiny and Ori. And even the Orunmila himself is the witness of faith.
Yes.
Witness, the one that knows what each people individually, all of us, what we choose. And before we are born, what we choosing to become has been in all the Odupa that I've mentioned at the beginning, 256. Yes, everything is there. So you have any other question, let me know.
That is it. I was hoping that other people would put stuff in, but nobody put another question in, but they were definitely saying hello. You have a lot of people that love you. Bye-bye.
I know. No.
Tons of people that are saying hello. So thank you, my spiritual godfather, the Agbongbon Awo of Osogbo, Nigeria. I am speaking to Baba Ifakayode Faniyi, and we have been talking about Ifa and looking at Ifa from the perspective of mental health, at least mental health as we define it here in the West. And so I want to thank everybody that has shared their energy and just come on and said hello to Baba and sent him blessings. And we send blessings back to you. Thank you, Baba, for being here today.
Thank you, Dr. Ifetayo.
And
Mm-hmm.
thank you for everybody there. I know somebody's arm is tired. Who was holding the camera, Baba? Is it somebody I know? Let me see who's holding the camera.
Yes, you say my grandson From Atlanta also mention your name, Jerome Ojelade. And you see Oya Dejo from there. You see my daughter, someone making and many other people are already in their room.
How you doing? All right. Well, thank you again. Bye-bye. And you all take care, okay?
Yes. And grace my daughters for me, grace everyone for me.
I will. Thank you. Okay, everyone. So I am going to end this broadcast now. Just know that every single Wednesday, I am typically on Instagram. We just did this one today on Facebook just because we wanted to make sure that we could connect in Nigeria. But I am on Instagram every Wednesday at 3:00. And on Fridays, I'm here on Facebook Live at 12. So come and connect with me on one of these other days. You all take care.